Hi everybody, Sal DeFusco back, and I'd like to welcome you to our second lesson here of our guitar series. And we did look at a lot of the basics of music theory, and now we're actually going to put our guitar on and start playing the guitar. So I want to encourage you to have your guitar with you. Don't just watch, but get your guitar on and play along with me. So you might notice here that I have an electric guitar. An electric guitar is one that I plug into an amplifier in order to hear it. Now you might have an acoustic guitar, one that you don't plug in. Doesn't matter, the fretboard is the same. Grab it, let's play along together. The first thing that we're going to be looking at is just the basic strings on the guitar, what the strings are called. And so we have this string here. Now this is called the sixth string. So you would think that this would be the first, but it's not. It's the sixth string. And the sixth string is called E. The next one, which is the fifth string on the guitar, is called A. So the next one down, which is the fourth string of the guitar, is called D. The next one, the third string of the guitar, is called G. The one after that, the second string on the guitar, is called B. And then lastly, the first string of the guitar is called E, which is the same thing as the sixth string. So there you have it. Now the first thing after really knowing the names of the notes of the strings is learning how to tune your guitar. Now there's a lot of different ways that you can, but with modern technology today we have iPhone apps. We also have the little tuners that you can attach to the headstock of your guitar that can give you a reading of the notes that you're playing. So here I have a smartphone app, which is a guitar tuner that works wonderfully. So let's start by tuning our sixth string E. I'm going to play the note. And now I'm noticing that on the tuner, I'm a bit flat because here's the E here, so I'm around a little above E flat. So I'm going to turn my tuning peg to tighten it, and we should be approaching the E as I turn the tuning peg to make the pitch higher to reach E, and almost. There we are. So E. So sometimes your strings will be a little flat, you'll have to tune it up, and sometimes they'll be sharp where you have to tune it down. So there's the E. When that arrow turns green, that means you're in tune. There we are. So now the next note, A, I'm noticing here that it's a little sharp. It's a little bit closer to B flat, but we need to get it down to A. So we're going to loosen the string by turning our tuning peg to the right a bit here, clockwise. And you can see that the pitch is slowly going down as we approach the A. Now. So there we have it, A. So moving on down to the next string, we got D, just slightly flat, bring it up a bit. There it is. G, bring that up slightly also. Too far there. Then we got the B, which is pretty close, okay. So there we have B. And then finally E. That looking pretty good. And that's in tune. So now our guitar is in tune. So let's talk a little bit about the left hand posture. So what you want to do is you want to kind of swing your hand around here, keep your wrist at an angle. Now you want to keep your thumb for the most part in back of the neck of the guitar. There will be times that you might swing it over a bit more, but you want to keep your hand right about here in this position. And when you finger the notes, you want to use, as much as you can, the fingertips. So you want to have sort of an arching going on there. Now sometimes you'll feel a little bit of pressure maybe on the wrist. Kind of shake that off. Make sure that you don't have a lot of pain involved there, because you don't want to develop any kind of tendonitis, you know what I mean? So make sure that you have a good posture, you're sitting up straight, you have your hand curved like this, and when you're fingering the notes, again, you want to be able to do with the fingertips. So what I'm saying is you don't want to do this. You don't want to play notes like this where you're bending your knuckles. You want to have a good, solid posture with the thumb in the back of the neck, your hand curved and your wrist forward, and playing each note with your fingertips. So when fingering a note on the guitar fretboard, an important thing to make sure that you understand is, in order to get the best sound from the instrument, you place your finger as close as you can to the fret here, just left to it. So if you go this way, you're going to get more of a choked sound. So if you play it right here, a little bit closer to the fret, you're going to get a more fuller and purer sound. So just to make clear the fingerings on the guitar, when you look at your hand, this is the thumb. The index finger is going to be the first finger. The middle finger is going to be the second finger. Then we have the ring finger here, which will be the third finger. And then the pinky here, which is going to be the fourth. So we have thumb, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we're going to start with our open string, which is the 6th string being E. Now we're going to, with good posture, play the first fret with our first finger, index finger. Again, we're going to try to get it as close as we can to the fret there to get the purest sound. So we have that note being F. Now we're going to use our second finger, the middle finger, to play the second fret of the guitar. Now we know that to be F sharp or G flat. So the next one we see here in the third fret is going to be G. So again, I am playing nice and close to that fret, getting the purest sound. So let's try that again. We got E, F, F sharp, G. Play that with me. E, F, F sharp, G. Now let's go to the fourth finger here. So our fourth finger playing the fourth fret, we're going to have the note G sharp, also known as A flat. So again, you want to have a good posture. Again, if your hand is feeling a little cramped, shake it out a little bit. So we got E, F, F sharp or G flat, G, G sharp or A flat. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the right hand technique of playing the guitar. So now there are a couple of different ways that you can approach this. You can either use your fingers to pluck the strings, so finger picking, or you can use this little contraption here called the guitar pick. So in using a guitar pick, you want to place the pick between your thumb and your index finger of the right hand. So now what you want to do is you want to have the pick nice and flat as it picks the strings of the guitar. So that's it. Now you want to use mainly your wrists as you go back and forth in plucking. So what I'm saying is you don't want to really do this with your arm because you'll have a real lack of control. So you don't want to have a lot of movement. You want to use mainly your wrists. Now you can either pluck downward or you can pluck upward. So these are called strokes. You can either do downward stroke or upward stroke. So again, between the thumb and the index, keep the pick pretty flat against the strings, either plucking down or up, and very important to use mainly your wrists and not your arm. So we looked at some basics of playing the guitar. We looked at the different string names. We also talked a little bit about how to tune your guitar. We discussed left and right hand postures and technique, and also how to finger the notes to get the best possible sound. So that concludes our lesson here. So the next lesson, and I hope you join us, we will be able to play more on the guitar. We'll explore playing a scale and also to begin playing melodies on the guitar. So see you next time.